October 18th, 2017. So here we are down at the ram pump. What you're looking at right now is the main feed line that comes out of the spring and its shut-off valve, and you see I've got the 2-inch union disconnected and opened up. The reason why is we have some sort of a plug coming from the spring down. I suspect it's sediment from the clay soil that we have here has settled in the slump in the pipe, because there's not a continuous slope coming down. There should be from an engineering standpoint, but I don't know. I haven't gotten around to messing with that yet. I suppose this is a good reason to, or a good reminder that I need to get back and do that at some point. Anyway, so it's clogged. I tried ramming it out. I don't have a piece of 3/4 inch poly that's quite long enough to reach the entire length of the pipe, so I don't know if I'm just not reaching the clog or not, but I did find it seemed like I was able to move the clog around in the pipe a little bit. So I've gone and connected to the ram pump, which has a garden hose output. I'll show you that, and also is connected to the upper reservoir, which is in the barn, which still has some water in it. So I have a pressurized water supply. Give me about, I think around 30 psi standing head pressure. So I'm going to try reaming it out with water pressure coming out the end of that and see if that makes a difference. Anyway, you can see I'm connected to the ram pump. The ram pump obviously is not running because its supply water is down. But fortunately our reservoir is full of water, and that reservoir, again, if you haven't watched any of these other videos, is about 800 feet away and about 72 vertical feet above us. So I have pretty good pressure here. So I'm going to go ahead and try and ream this out, and then I'll turn this water on, and we'll see if that's successful. Alright, I've got the line rammed in. I was able to shove it in a little further with the garden hose, maybe another 6 or 8 foot. Not anywhere near halfway across, but we'll see what we get. I've just turned the pressure on and come back and see what happens when the water hits in here. Looks like we've opened it up a little bit. And I'll see if I can, well, I guess I'm out of hose. So I may have to go get one of the other lines. But we'll see what this does. With water shooting up in there. Hopefully it'll help clear that clog. Trying to go as far up there as I can. Alright, well I guess we got a little distance there. Oh, and we got muddy water coming out, which makes me think we're starting to break down what we're after. Hey, we're up to the leak point on the hose. I think that's about halfway the length of the hose, so that's another 25 feet. That other section I think is around 40 or so. I'm going to go ahead and pull this back out and see what we get. Well, I think we got her opened up. She seems to be flowing a little better now. Hopefully now I can flush it out. So I shut this hose back off, but that seems to work, especially in combination with the garden hose being able to go a little further up. So it seems like we got decent flow now. I'm going to hook up the other line here, and that'll give me a little more drop, which hopefully we can get the pipe full. Will give us a decent vacuum lock and hopefully pull out any remaining debris. So I'm going to give that a try now. So here we are with the spring head. I did connect the pipe and drop it down. Still not pulling full full pull, full volume. Ordinarily when that pipe is submerged and it's pulling full tilt, it'll suck your hand right to it, almost break your hand. But we're not getting that kind of draft right now, so I got some more reaming to do. Reamer ramrod. Car ramrod. Well, managed to get some flow opened up, but not having any luck getting it completely opened up tonight, so I'll try with the reamer setup, not connected for pressure, just the reamer itself, the snake as it were, in from the top tomorrow. But for tonight, I got 10,000 other things I got to do, and I got stuff to do tomorrow. I got to be up early, so I'm gonna knock off for now. October 20th, 2017. So here we are back at the ram pump, and just want to give you a quick shot of this beautiful maple tree here. All these gorgeous red colors. I had debated about dropping this tree just to prevent, if it ends up tipping over, prevent it from ripping the dam out and causing a huge leak. That's one of the things they recommend in the permaculture dam manual course, is to not have tall trees growing directly out of your dam. But it's a pretty straight tree. I think it's pretty healthy. It's been there a long time, and I love the colors on it, and I really don't want to take any more shade off the pond. So I think for now I'm going to leave it. Really like that tree. Anyway, so I tried ramming out the rest of the way with the garden hose and poly, 3/4 inch poly pipe. I tried from the bottom last night, as I showed earlier in this video, and then I tried from the top this morning and still had no success. So I decided that part of it was because the garden hose bends too easily. It's like trying to push a rope, basically. So I gave up on that endeavor, and I have to expand next year on poly pipe. I have to expand distribution from the reservoirs further to cover more cropping areas. So I figured I'd just go drop the $22 and pick up another roll of 3/4 inch poly, because that's stiff enough to ram out. So I came back with that, and literally took me about 5 minutes with that, ramming from the top of the line down out the bottom here. And we got the clog out. I think it was leaves and that sort of stuff that had gotten past that bad collar on the intake strainer. Which reminds me, that's one of the things I got to do today. I got to put cut a piece of 3-inch PVC and put a tight-fitting collar between the strainer on the intake and the pipe itself. Anyway, we got water back flowing again, and the ram pump was running when I left it, but looks like it might have had a small issue here. And it looks like maybe it didn't finish priming out. There we go. I have to mess with that valve a little bit, but in general, we're back and pumping water. That's really good news, because I need to go up and hit that garlic with some microbial stimulants and soil amendments and inoculants tonight, and I really count on my spring water for that. I find a tremendous difference between well water and spring water in how it affects microbial life, plant growth, and all that. Anyway, you can see the reservoir's got a decent amount of, or the standpipe has a decent amount of water in it, and we're back functional. So clog resolved. So yeah, if you need to ram out 2-inch pipeline for a minor clog, 3/4 inch poly works for a snake, and it's cheap, and you'll have extra line for later. Anyway, that solves that. Thanks for watching the Pharmacy Seeds Network.